Okay, so till now we were learning about the place value system in different machines. So we have learned about the place value system of 2-1 machine, 3-1 machine, 4-1 machine and till 10-1 machine, and we learned that how our decimal system works when we are working in the place value system, and the explosions and unexplosions that we can move back for, to fro, from the hundreds place to tens place, tens place to hundreds place, tens place to ones place, ones place to tens place, and so on. Right? So let's move to our first mathematical operation, that is addition, and we will talk about adding 12 plus 6 today. So we know that 12 plus 6 is 18, but that's actually in the 10-1 machine what we have been learning in our schools till now. But can we see this? Is this 12 plus 6 comes out to be 18 in 2-1 machine, in 3-1 machine, 4-1 or 5-1 and so on. So can we verify this thing? So let's see that what's the code for 12. The code for 12 is we take out 8, we're left with 4, we take out 4, we're left with 0. So the code for 12 is 1 1 0 0. Okay, and so this is my top number for this area and the bottom number for this area. And how would I write 6? So 6, take out 4 and take out 2. So this is my code for 6, and if I add that, that's 1 1 0. If I add them, actually what do we mean by addition? That join everything together. So let me join everything together. Okay, so I'll take all of them upwards, and because this is a 2-1 machine, can I have this structure? This box is okay, I'm having 1 coin. This box is not okay because I cannot have 2 coins. So I'll take them 2 and put 1 to the next block. Is this okay here? Because this is now explosion and we cannot have 2 dots in one place. I'll take off 2 and put 1 in the next one. Okay, so what did I get? I got 1 coin of 16 and another coin of 2, and that makes 18. Right? Is that 18? And what's the code for 18? So if I add 0 plus 0, I get a 0. If I add 0 coin and 1 coin, I get a 1 coin. But if I add 1 and 1, what would I get? I'm adding 2 coins. If I add 2 coins at the same place, what would I get? I get nothing at that place, and next block will have 1. So this 1 is actually what we say in our language, that's a carryover. So basically 1 plus 1 is 0 and 1 goes as carryover. And this 1 plus 1 again makes a 0, and you have 1 carryover. So the code for 18 is 1 2 4 8 16. So I have to add 16 and I have to add 2, and that makes the sum as 18. Okay, so let's see what we do in a 3-1 machine. So I'll just take these cards and I'll remove the 2-1 cards and I'll put the 3-1 cards here. And let's see what happens now. Okay, so how would I write the code 12 in 3-1 machine? I need 1 coin for 9, I need another coin for 3, and 9 plus 3 makes 12 in 3-1 machine. So that would be 1 1 0. And how would I write 6 in 3-1 machine? I have 1 coin of 3, I have another coin of 3, and that makes 6. 2 coins of 3 makes 6. So the code for 6 is 2 0. I have to add them, and what would I get? 0 and 0 gives me 0. 2 and 1 gives me 3, but I cannot have 3 here, so I would take these 3 off and I would put 1 here. This blue coin, just think this as a carryover. So I'm left with nothing here, and this 1 goes as carryover. And this 1 and 1 makes 2. So the code for 18 and 3-1 machine is 200. Is that correct? Okay, let me check. So this is 9. One coin has the value 9, another coin has the value 9, and so 2 coins of 9 are actually 18. Okay, so I guess 18 we have verified in 2-1 machine and in 3-1 machine. Let's move to 4 and 5 machine in the next video. Okay, now let's move to the 4-1 machine and let's verify, is the result same in 4-1 machine as well. We have verified for 1-2 machine, we have verified for 3-1 machine and 2-1 machine. Let's see what happens in 4-1 machine. So what would be the code for 12 in 4-1 machine? Okay, so I have taken out 4, I'm left with 8. I have taken out 4, I'm left with 4. I've taken out 4, and so 3 coins of 4 make 12. So the code for 12 in 4-1 machine is 30. Perfectly fine. So what would be the code for 6 in 4-1 machine? Okay, so I've taken out 4, I'm left with 2. I can take 2 coins and I can put here, and this is the code for 6 in 4-1 machine. That's 1, 2. Okay. So now if I add 0 and 2, so if I add 0 and 2, I'm adding 0 and 2, and I got 2, and I'm adding 3 and 1, I get 4, but because this is a 4-1 machine, I cannot have this. I need to take off these 4, and this is 1 carryover which is going here, and that makes 0 and 1, and this 1 is a carryover, and I have 1, 0, 2. What do you mean by that? So I have 1 coin of 16 and 2 coins of 1, and that makes 18. So I guess in 4-1 machine also we got the same answer, that the sum of 12 plus 6 is 18, even when it is coded in a 4-1 machine. So we are reaching to a conclusion where take any machine, the result of addition does not differ what we are actually doing in the 10-1 machine. So let's verify, what the 5-1 machine go to. Okay, so now let's see what happens when we are talking about the 5-1 machine. Okay, what's the code for 5? What's the code for 12 and 5-1 machine? I take out 1 5, I'm left with 7. I take out 1 more 5, I'm left with 2, and these 2 coins go here and they make 12. So 2 coins of 5 make 10, 11 and 12. So the code for 12 and 5-1 machine is 2, 2. Okay. What about the code for 6 in 5-1 machine? So I can put a coin here, that makes take out 5. I can put a coin here, that makes 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the code for 6 in 5-1 machine is 1, 1. Okay. Now if I add 2 plus 1, I'll get 3. If I add 2 plus 1, I'll get 3. And is that the code for 18? We need to check. Okay, 3 coins of 5 makes 15, and 3 coins of 1 make 3. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow. So basically now we have verified that take any machine, the sum of 12 plus 6 in any machine, it's always going to be 18. Great.